Hello, I'm Alfred Chao.
And I'm Jenny Barahona.
And welcome to Chao Wow. Welcome to our special Star Wars episode of Chao Wow. Chow down on some movies, games, and tech right now. Today on our show, we bring you May the Force Be With You, directly from the Ontario Town Square in celebration of our Star Wars special. Ontario Town Square, and everybody, all the kids are here, they're excited, uproarious to celebrate the event. We are going to have a lovely time here today. The weather is fine, everybody is friendly, so I'm telling you, okay, we are going to have a big event here.
State your name. What is your name? To defend the Republic.
To defend the Republic.
To protect the innocent.
To protect the innocent.
To always go to bed on time.
To always go to bed on time.
Yeah. To always eat my vegetables.
To always eat my vegetables.
To be kind to my brothers and sisters.
To be kind to my brothers and sisters.
Mums and dads, anything you want to throw in at this point, this is a legally binding Jedi oath.
If you want your card checked, if you're down doing your Jedi trading card, we'll have those shirts for you to sign.
Sign up. You are forming a Jedi unit here, all right? You're all to help each other out protecting this particular part of the universe. If you can cover the whole planet, that's great. If you just cover Ontario,
That'll work for now.
that'll do for now, yes.
What do you think of the event today?
Oh, it was a lovely event. There were dozens and dozens of younglings here ready to be trained in the ways of the Force, Master Obi-Wan. I thought it was a very successful training.
Incredibly successful training. I felt a lot of Force ability in all of the children in Ontario. I feel confident that we've trained a good cadre of warriors here that we can leave behind to defend all the good people of this area.
We just interviewed Hoby.
Ah.
You probably saw.
Yes, I did. I saw my master being interviewed.
What
Yes.
are you dressed up today as?
I'm actually dressed up as Anakin Skywalker from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
So I was 7 when The Phantom Menace came out. And one reason I was really able to enjoy them so much is because there was a lot of Obi-Wan in it, really. And Obi-Wan was my favorite character.
Yes.
And I'm like, great, I can see a lot more of him now. And it's nice to see him grow as a character, see him develop, train a Padawan at that, and just, I mean, I loved seeing that end battle with him versing Darth Maul. That was pretty good.
Ezra Bridger is, I would say, the main character of Star Wars Rebels. At the start of the show, he's a young orphan who's kind of living on the streets of an Outer Rim planet called Lothal, which has been taken over by the Empire, and things are changing really fast. And he meets up with this group of rebels, and it's like 5 of them. They hang out on this ship. They go around the galaxy helping people from the Empire. And Ezra finds out that he's strong in the Force, and he can become a Jedi. So he constructs his first lightsaber, which is also a blaster.
Oh, that's the weapon.
Yes, and the show is kind of his journey becoming a Jedi as this group finds their place in the newborn Rebel Alliance. Earlier today, there was a little girl who was afraid to come over here because of all the stormtroopers. And one of my fellow Jedi walked up to her and pointed at me across the park and said, "Do you know who that is? He'll protect you from stormtroopers." And she's so into the show, and these kids follow this story every week, that I just love seeing the reactions of the kids. That's why I chose this character.
So we have got a very eventful day at the Ontario Town Square. The name of the show, May Force Be With You. We have interviewed many significant characters that have to do with all the previous 6 episodes of Star Wars. We are awaiting very anxiously for the 7th episode to come about in December. I think we have a good time. This is Alfred Chao with back to the studio at
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Let's do it symbolically.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time I turn around. Hurt!
Right.
One, two,
Did you learn ours to the earth?
Yeah,
Yes,
down,
this
down,
way.
And then up to the universe,
Sky.
right? And then
Oh, so this is a proper way to do
yep,
it.
and then to yourself.
Rest of you, a big giant round of
And then back down.
applause.
Very good.
There you have it. And we would like to give a special thanks to the Ontario Public Library for the wonderful event.
Star Wars is a universal appeal to everyone from children to adults within the Star Wars community. But no one like superfan, StarCars.com member, and Lucasfilm representative Obi Sean Crosby, whom Alfred had the pleasure of interviewing.
Hello there, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're here at Ontario Town Square for the May the Force Be With You event. So of course, may the Force be with you. Ha!
Do we have music? What song are we playing? Of course we're playing that song. All right, guys, give me your cool C-3PO moves. What do you got? Nice, looking pretty good. I need more energy from you guys. Come on, you really gotta bring it.
My real name is Sean Crosby, and my nickname is Obi-Sean. My wife gave me the nickname. It's on the license plate of my car. My wife, I've been married for 25 years, and she puts up with all of this stuff. Well, she wasn't a Star Wars fan by marriage. You know, when we first met, she kind of became one over the years, and so now she's here today. She's dressed in costume. She's helping me with the event. It's my birthday today. She came out to celebrate my birthday, and and that's what I'm doing today. Is I'm celebrating my birthday at a charity, which I try to do. It's my pleasure to do it. And we drive. We've gone to Oregon for events. We've gone to Orlando for events. We will drive our Star Wars car anywhere we can get it to, as long as we can afford the gas money. We'll do it. And in my case, I can't think of a better way to. I used to donate money to charity, and that's terrific. But I have the ability to donate my time, and I think that's more important. And so for me to do it, and I think it's because I do that, because I do so many events and I'm out there so frequently. I think that's why people know Obi-Sean. I think that they know me because the car precedes me on the internet. People are, have you seen this crazy car? But I meet so many people at these events, and they will come to other events and go, I met you at the Jethawks game or the Quakes game. You were at the Dodgers or the Angels. You came to the hospital when my son was in the hospital. You came to my daughter's school and you taught lightsaber stuff and helped get her excited about the CTS tests that they had to take. Whatever it happened to be, whatever reason we were there,
You were there.
people remember, and we get to make a little bit of a difference in the community that way, even if it's just to make somebody's day a little better. There aren't a lot of things we can do for children in the hospital, but we get to come in and for a week or two they get to talk about, I met the Star Wars guys. Darth Vader was in my room and I have a picture. Obi-Wan, R2-D2, Yoda, all of these characters. And the minute I walk through the door, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I stay that character all the time. But I have this Yoda puppet that I bring with me. And they're so excited to see the Yoda puppet. And
Master Yoda, I have to be as well, and get to meet the kids Master Yoda does, and incredible that is.
it's really so much fun. These are the Kodak slides. These are the flower pots. I have speakers in the back for parades. We can play music when we do parades. This is a compact brush that a woman might keep in her purse. Desk lamp, Happy Meal toy, air freshener, asthma medicine container, hairspray bottle, computer mouse.
How about that one? How did you put that one?
This one?
No, I mean this.
This here. Well, R2-D2 is the most specialized part on the whole car. He was a sheet of aluminum rolled into a dome, and then I carved all his panels out with a Dremel tool and put him together. And he's been on my car for over 15 years. He's been stolen and beat up and rebuilt. And
How did you sort of make a round hole out of the trunk, the cover?
well, it's a cheat. So he's mounted on the trunk, and then I found this piece here, which you put around a palm tree in the garden. It goes around the base of your palm tree to keep it tidy. And I turned it over, cut it to fit the trunk, and painted it up, and made it look like part of the thing. Thank you very much, and may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. Let's cross this.
Alfred, you seem to have had a wonderful time at the Ontario Town Square.
Yes, I did.
All right, so we're going to be right back after this short break.
His concern was my daughter's safety. I wasn't gonna invite people over when I saw what their homes look like.
My kids couldn't go outside and play, they couldn't go to the park.
I didn't know where I was gonna go, what I was gonna do. My other concerns were the leaks in the wall, the mice running around.
It was brutal. It was a scary place to be.
We're in darkness, but there's always a little bit of light, and if people help, the light becomes greater.
The fact that people want to help without getting anything in return.
They're experiencing your dream with you.
You can stand in your own house and say, I helped build this.
Just walking into that house was the beginning of a different life.
Happiness, peace, stability are all the words that come to mind when I think of our home.
Because of this house, I am free.
Because of this house, I'm home.
You can change the lives of families in your community and around the world. Join us. Habitat. We build.
If you slowly lost the ability to walk, what would you remember about your final steps? Where you were, who you were with, or how you wished you had the strength to take just one more step with someone you cared about. Victims of ALS lose the power to use their legs, hold someone close, and simply say, I love you, before losing the ability to breathe. Most often, they remain aware and alert to the world around them as their bodies gradually shut down and die. Join the ALS Association's Walk to Defeat ALS and help us find treatments and a cure for Lou Gehrig's disease. Find a walk near you at walktodefeatals.org.
Binge eating disorder, or BED, isn't just overeating. It's a real medical condition. And while the exact cause is unknown, certain chemicals in the brain may play a role. BED is also the most common eating disorder in U.S. adults.
Hi, I'm Monica Sellis. My binge eating episodes would usually happen in the evenings when I would be back by myself after a long day at the tennis courts and would just eat large quantities of food. My eating was just uncontrollable. Once the binge was over, I felt so upset with myself. For me, it took a long time to seek professional help because there's a stigma around it, and I think being an athlete, being in the public eye also didn't help. So when I did feel comfortable enough to reach out to a doctor and talk about my condition, it was really like a huge relief. To learn more about BED, go to bingeeatingdisorder.com and talk with your doctor.
Welcome back to Chao Wow. It's now time for some tech chow with our tech expert, Mitch. What do you have for us, Mitch?
Today we're starting with this gem that Fox Studios recently released. It's the Star Wars Complete Saga box set. It's interesting to see that this was named the Complete Saga considering Disney holds the rights to the new trilogy films. Nevertheless, this has been the first time all 6 films have been released all together. As a bonus, the 3 DVDs are, depending on which package you buy, have been added with action-packed behind-the-scenes footage and other bonus features, surely to satisfy every Star Wars fans out there. The price for all 6 films with the added videos comes to around $90 on Amazon, well, at least until the new Star Wars films comes out, The Force Awakens, on December 18, 2015. One can only hope when Disney finishes making their Star Wars trilogy that there will be an agreement to release the then complete saga.
Next, our expert will be discussing DSLR cameras. Are they obsolete, or will they be here for many more years, Mitch?
Well, Alfred, there are articles on the internet declaring the end of digital SLR cameras, and that it is no longer the leading in the field of consumer photography. Let's elaborate. Sales this year are in a major decline. Mm-hmm. People seem to be happy with what they have right now. Mm-hmm. In fact, Canon and Nikon haven't released any new versions using innovative technologies in their affordable line to enthusiast-level cameras.
Well, it seems the lack of new improvements are not attracting consumers. Can this be the problem, or is there something better?
Well, according to bobakins.com, the increasing number of people using smartphones is a major factor accounting for the demise of DSLR. With the improved image capability of smartphones, the convenience of carrying just one multifunctional device outweighs the advantages of image quality for many people. The increasing popularity of mirrorless digital cameras is pushing DSLRs out of the market. Panasonic G4 has impressive still and video qualities and is 38% less than Canon's 5D Mark III. On paper, the functions and specifications and technologies involved in mirrorless cameras are far superior to those of DSLRs, and so they represent the wave of the future.
So should we forget the DSLRs altogether, or since they released in the late 1990s?
Not necessarily. Their usefulness to professional still photographers is still pretty obvious, and they aren't going away anytime soon.
Windows 8 have received a lot of rap from consumers, which is why Microsoft is now working on Windows 10. So Mitch, tell us a little bit about Windows 10.
Well, Alfred, during their seasonal convention in Redmond, Washington, Microsoft says they'll offer an upgrade for free to Windows 10 from qualified versions of Windows 7, Windows 8.1, and Windows Phone 8.1. Free at last. This is actually good news. The offer will be available for 1 year after Windows 10 is released. Microsoft might have learned from their previous learning experience with Windows 8. Many critics are calling Windows 8 the worst operating system ever. Microsoft says they will open up the beta process to get feedback from their users early in their development. I've been a beta tester for a couple of months now, and I believe that this release will be adopted by new and existing power users.
Hey, Mitch, do you remember Internet Explorer in the 1990s? Well, I have been getting lots of connection issues with version 11. Has Microsoft solved this issue?
Yes, they have. Internet Explorer has been discontinued and has been replaced by Edge, which will now be Microsoft's default internet browser.
That's a major move by Microsoft after 19 years of service and millions of dollars spent on development, and will now be discontinued. We salute you.
That's right, Alfred. Windows 10 will also feature Cortana Digital, assistant which is similar to Siri with Apple products. Now here's a quick demo.
Now, one of the things that we've been finding out through the Insider program is that people are asking Cortana to get help with how to use their PC. Hey, Cortana, how do I project my screen?
The keyboard shortcut to project is Windows D+D.
So I've been impressed with how Microsoft has sealed the gap between all the device categories and are not ignoring the importance of digital distribution and the cloud. The code will run across all the device categories, keeping things simple. One platform, one store.
Well, that's great news for Microsoft. Thank you, Mitch, for the insider review. Calling all computer users, is your rig slow? Are you frustrated with your current system and can no longer do any upgrades? Mitch can do something for our viewers today and improve the performance of your computers without buying a new one. Can you recommend any solutions, Mitch?
Alfred, I can. I guess the question all the time. I get that question all the time. My first recommendation is to replace a mechanical hard drive and install a solid-state drive. This is from Kingston, and it's 240 gigabytes. Kingston is advertising this product as 10 times faster than the 7200 RPM hard drive. Upgrading will enhance the user experience since using your old laptop and desktop and Apple computer. SSDs have no moving components, so they perform faster read and write operations than current mechanical drives. Hard drive performance has been the bottleneck for computers built within the last 5 years. If your motherboard supports SATA 2 and SATA 3, this can be a quick solution.
Solid-state drives can seemingly make an old computer spanking new again, and we'll benefit from the solid-state technology, won't we?
Good question. A lot of people will benefit from using SSDs. You save the time and operating system to shutting down and transferring large documents and loading large application. Video editors, graphic artists, music producers, and gamers, and the IT world love solid-state drive performance. Waiting is no longer an option, so get yours now.
That was very funny. Thank you, Mitch, for the insider presentation.
On this field, a single decision can change everything. A game, a season, even a career. For a man with prostate cancer, a single decision can change his entire life. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I faced a game-changing decision. While I chose surgery, a less aggressive approach called active surveillance might be the best choice for you. Ask your doctor about a genomic test that may help you make the right decision. Learn more at yourprostateyourdecision.com.
Hi, I'm Ben Affleck. The only thing better than playing a hero in the movies is being a hero in real life. Like the 50,000 veterans who returned from Iraq and Afghanistan with devastating injuries. They are true heroes, and they're why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. For more than 60 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has made a promise to never leave a fallen comrade behind. They make sure veterans with spinal cord injuries get the quality medical care, rehabilitation, and housing they need when they come home. They stay with our fallen heroes for the long term, offering counseling, job training, and support to help them regain the freedom and independence they fought so hard for, all at no cost to them. Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them. To learn more about how you can help, visit pva.org. That's pva.org. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Everything seems very dark. Doesn't seem to be a lot of hope. Walking in that light, the night light, I couldn't help but contrast that to what it feels like to stand or to walk across a bridge at night with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. I know it's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope.
Welcome back to Chao Wow. I'm Alfred Chao, and this is Jenny Barahona.
Hey Alfred, have you heard about the new games coming out this year?
No, Jenny, I haven't. Luckily, we've got an exclusive interview, though, with GameStop. Let's see what they have for us.
I'm Daniel Villarreal coming to you from GameStop to talk to you about 2015's most anticipated games. First off, we're going to start with The Division, Ubisoft's new game in the Tom Clancy franchise. While you may be familiar with the Tom Clancy line of games, The Division seeks to put a new twist on the classic first-person shooter. This game will be an open-world RPG experience where exploration and player progression are essential. The Division's going to be set in the near future in a post-apocalyptic New York where a man-made virus has actually taken root and the city has destroyed itself. The Division's going to play a little differently than most of these games. It's going to be an open-world RPG where you're actually going to be able to play with other people and change the world as you go. It's very much about you taking control of the city yourself with a team of friends. So everybody's game's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to have that open-world feel of other players impacting your experience. As you go through the city with your team of agents known as the Division, you have to actually put together the mystery of what happened and what secret agency made this virus and released it into New York. So as you uncover, you're going to go with your team and take the city back from these terrorists.
Can you mark him or something?
Hold on, I think I got him.
Yeah, got him.
Up next is Batman Arkham Knight, the fourth installment in Rocksteady's Batman Arkham Asylum series. This time around, the player faces Scarecrow as he unleashes a citywide attack on Gotham, causing everyone to be evacuated. With the help of the Arkham Knight, Scarecrow unites all of Batman's greatest foes in an attempt to finally kill the Dark Knight. Batman has never looked better. This game looks beautiful. All of Gotham City's perfectly encapsulated. It has that dark feel you'd expect and that kind of eeriness to the air. I mean, you can feel Gotham City alive in this game. The characters are beautifully animated. Everybody feels so rich and realistic, and you can see the personality in their faces and in their character design.
Were you expecting to find me, Batman? I'm afraid I must disappoint you.
The Batmobile's playable for the first time, and since you'll be able to summon it wherever you want, it's like having an extra tool just to get around anywhere. You're going to be on missions taking out vehicles, you're going to be chasing down bad guys, you're going to have rockets, chain guns, all kinds of things to immobilize your enemy and bring them to justice. So Adrift is a game where you're very much alone. You're an astronaut, your space station has come under some kind of catastrophe, and you have no idea what's going on. You're just left to drift out into space. You have to piece together not only what happened, but how the hell you're gonna get home. And throughout the entire game, that's your goal. You have this whole giant space station to explore. Everything's destroyed, but there's always this sense of crushing loneliness and always this very atmospheric feel of, how am I going to get out of here? What am I going to do next? Where am I going to go? It's one of those games that really makes you be alone.
McDonough.
I'm Daniel Villarreal, and we're going to keep looking forward to what's coming out this year. Back to you.
Wow, that was some really exciting titles coming out this year. Speaking of games, this June, E3 will be held in Los Angeles. Eder Rodriguez has more on this story.
E3 is an annual event held at the LA Convention Center every year. The top gaming-related companies get together to show off their upcoming work. There's always buzz as to what new games are coming out and new gaming consoles. The hype this year comes from Nintendo. The Japanese company has announced the return of the Nintendo World Championships after 25 years in absence. People will have the opportunity to challenge each other to select the best buys. Those with the highest scores will have the privilege to challenge the other best scores at E3. E3 is happening throughout the days of June 16th to the 18th. Tens of thousands of people are expected to attend, hoping to get the latest scoop in games from hundreds of companies like Activision, Microsoft, Disney Studios, and Nvidia, to simply name a few. And keeping it with the theme of Star Wars, during last year's E3 event, it was announced that production for Star Wars Battlefront had begun. Some Star Wars games have been delayed due to differences between companies. So in April, EA released the first teaser for the new game, showing off the new game's graphics and potential gameplay. Star Wars Battlefront will be released November 17th, a month before the new Star Wars film. Hopefully for this year's E3, EA will release more information for the game, and perhaps fans could expect a new trailer as well. Tickets for the 3-day event go for as little as around $1,000. But never fear, there is a simple alternative. PlayStation is holding an E3 live experience held at select theaters across the nation and Canada. Fans able to see press conference live on June 15th and able to see bonus content not released to the public right away. These tickets are free, but they will go fast. For tickets, head on over to playstation.com/E3 experience.
Again, find out more on playstation.com/E3 experience. That's all we have for today, folks, so tune in next time for some more Chao Wow.